Right, how's it going, everyone? We have reached that time of the month again. You know the one where we've got our latest Stormbringers delivered. Great thing about this one is putting in kit 2 as well. But I'm going to be a tease and leave that till quite a few videos along. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have a good look at issue 31. Is it 31? Yeah, do you know what? I am completely, I suppose the best way to describe it is kind of losing track to some extent. We've had so many issues, yeah. We're up to 31. Gosh, already. It just feels like it's kind of flying by. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm terrible at getting these painted, isn't it? And getting them all painted and getting them all, even playing the battles. I'm really disappointed that I'm just not getting around to it. I need to sort of gently encourage my son through bribery to actually sit down and play with me. Right then, we do enjoy playing, it's just he doesn't really like being on video. Anyway, issue 31. So what are we looking at here? So straight on the issue, we can see obvious battle between the Stormcasts and some looks like a chaos warrior on, well, some kind of reptilian type steed there, so that's quite cool to look at. Because I've struggled to read things sometimes. Vigilors, I think, is the 5. So I think that's what they're called, the Vigilors. Vigilors, I assume. I'm going to get 5 of them in this pack, which looks like bows and short swords by the look of it. So let's have a look at what we actually get in this issue. Okay, a bit on the Seraphim. So what I would call lizard men, basically. Also, I'm not getting my camera. Oh, yes, the lizard men, as I would call them. Saurus, yeah. So they're still called the Sauruses and Skinks. Long time fighting chaos, as always. Like they are, like if you know your Warhammer fluff, the old ones created the lizard men as a part of their armies. There's a lot of interesting little links between Warhammer 40k and the fantasy side of things. And the lizard men, the Seraphim as they're called in here, they were kind of like the foot soldiers, the initial foot soldiers of the old ones. It's thought that the old ones are probably a reptilian-like race. Sometimes the Slanni, I think they call them now, are part of that, as in like closest to them, but we don't really know what the old ones look like. All we do know for a fact is that they would turn up on planets, terraform them, create whole species to fight a massive war. So there's always those lovely little links that I always find interesting. I find it so interesting as well that the Seraphim have a flying temple, which sounds like they picked it up from the old world the world was as it was getting destroyed, and decided just to fly off into space. Again, linking back to that 40k stuff. So I like the idea of the lizard men. Don't collect them myself, but I like the fluff behind them and the story behind them. They're really cool. So yeah, there's a lot going on with those. So even we just get like a little page of stuff, but overall, if you look into them, it's really amazing. Stuff that you get. Bit about the Dawnbringer Crusades. Forcing out chaos. Let's have a look. Talking about an older. Talking about like prior to the chaos, desolation and things like that. Crusades in different realms, which again is quite interesting. I love a bit of storytelling. Now, the Forges of Creation. What is that? That's how they kind of make the Stormcasts, the Forges of Creation. That's quite interesting as well. Right, what else have we got? So we got the 6 Smiths, which include the Flight of the Soul, Remade in Lightning, and Unyielding, Duty Unending. That's probably all about how Stormcasts are created. The Suncaster tunnels are made and reforged by the six smiths, a conclave of demigods who serve both Vigmar and Grungi. Every day they toil to reforge. It's quite interesting, isn't it? Right. So here we go. The Vigilors. Vigilors act as rangers, pathfinders, and vital missile support. Yep, very clear cut. These are bow armed. That's their primary weapon. It's good actually to see a bit more ranged in the Stormcaster. I personally feel so far the majority of stuff looks like it's a lot of hand-to-hand stuff with the occasional ranged person mixed into a mob, but overall on this one we're finally getting a proper ranged force. And let's have a look what else we've got here. Obviously, as always, our lovely how to build. I'm going to enjoy doing that later. I think though overall, let's have a look at what the battle is. So let's see, we're getting into some like proper battles to read up. I said it drives me crazy that I've just not kept up with the fighting and the painting to some extent. I am painting stuff. It's just taking me, it's taking me a long time. I'm a very slow painter. Which would be great if I was an epic painter, but I'm not. I'm kind of slow and average. Okay. Yeah, into the more then. So fight between let's have a look at the Knight Arcanum and the Kill Boss. A few other quite a few actually, so that looks like an interesting battle as well if I can get around to play it. Okay, let's have a look what else we've got. And there we go, it kind of doing a bit of a tease about what's coming up, which is going to be in issue 32 that I'm going to do in a minute. I'm really excited for that issue, the next issue, because it's got grots. I love grots. There's quite an interesting one coming up as well, actually. Anyway, so I'll be doing them in a second anyway, so I don't need to talk about it. Okay, so there we go. That's issue 31. It's got some nice little stuff in it. It's got some interesting and diverse pieces of information. It's quite wide-ranging, the information that they provide for you. So, that's an interesting one. And just a quick look at the models. And you can see that's a big kit. So usually when you see a kit this big and it's just for 5 models, it's interesting to see what extras you've got. So what weapons choices and weapon options you've got, because that seems like a very big kit for 5. I know the Stormcaster are very large models, but I'm really hoping that there's spare parts, like for the future. If I get another one, they'll look different. So we'll see that. I said it's quite a nice big sprue, isn't it, with lots of details. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, I'm counting 9 bows there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bows for 5. It looks like there's quite a few head options as well, so I feel we have got a kit there with quite a bit of diversity to it. I'm really looking forward to building that. I'm gonna have to really look at it as well, though, to make sure that we, how we do those options. Okay then, so thanks for watching my first little video of this week's delivery, this month's delivery actually. Please like and subscribe to my videos, and I will see you next time.